Hello again and welcome to another beer review. Now, in the last review we did an ale, Dunbar, which is quite a popular one. But this time we're going to do, instead of an amber ale, we're going to do a pale ale. Now this is a part of a series that we're trying to kind of cover the kind of most kind of popular or most kind of sold kind of ales in the UK up and down the country, and we're doing Old Speckled Hen, which is a famous English pale ale. It's 5%. This actually comes in a 500ml can, and yeah, let's see what it's like. It's potentially tasty. Got the glass. Ooh, and he gets it. Now, Old Speckled Hen is a famous one. As you can see, it's kind of amberish itself in colour, quite similar to the last. Kind of tan coloured head. Oh, it's got the caramel and the toffee smells. Very popular, and this is actually classed as a mass-produced beer. It's one of the big sellers, and there's no frills with it. Straightforward cans, sold in 4-packs, and there we go. Smell it. The first smell you get is a kind of toffee, kind of caramelly kind of smell, and yeah, not so much of a hop, but you're getting a kind of creamy caramel, toffee type kind of smells, and you can see not a bad head on it. So let's dive in and see what it's like. Yeah, straight away you're getting that caramelly toffee flavour, and then you get a kind of burnish, kind of burnt caramel kind of bitterness at the end. It's not sweet in any way, shape or form, but it does exactly what it's supposed to be in the tin, and yes, bags of flavour, but very distinct flavours. It's not a mixture of flavours, it's caramel toffee all the way from start to finish, just different kind of degrees of it. So you're getting a creamy one to kind of start with, then you're getting in a slightly sweet in the mid thing, and then you're getting the kind of burnt bitterness of the caramel at the back. Yeah, very nice. Bags of flavour, and for the buck, loads of bang. Because we have been doing the kind of these kind of beers. We've done some lagers. We'll probably maybe do some more, but there isn't that many unless we start getting into more kind of, especially kind of brewed or smaller batched lagers, which is fine. We can do that, but we want to kind of cover the kind of mass-produced stuff. So we did Dunbar with the ales, and it was okay, but it went quite flat. It hadn't been poured for very long. I would probably say maximum 6-7 minutes, and it was like a mill pond, totally, completely flat, and that's not very good. This, on the other hand, you can see there's lacing on the glass. There's still a head there. The pint's alive. It's also got a nice kind of mouthfeel. There is obviously good carbonation there, but it's not overly carbonated. It just helps to kind of add that little kind of creaminess and just transfer the lovely flavours around the mouth very, very easily. There's no harshness to the actual inside of the mouth and the carbonation. So yeah, as you can see, just a nice head. yeah, a good pint. Good pint of beer for a good price. And you can't really say fairer than that. I mean, it's a very fair price for a very fair product. How would I rate it compared to Doom Bar? Well, I'd say it's better than Doom Bar. It's got more distinct flavours. It's doesn't try to be anything it's not. I mean, with Doom Bar there's a kind of initial first kind of flavours you get at the start, and then you get the kind of flavours at the end, but there's nothing really going in the middle apart from the transition between the two. Whereas this has got different flavour profiles from front, middle and back, and it's the sign of a well-brewed beer, something that's been thought out, and they've thought about the palate. And of course, lovely clear. The smell tells you what it's going to taste like. This is nice. I like to smell things and think, right, I know what I'm getting. That type of thing. And yeah, compared to the lagers, well, there's no comparison. This is just a different league. Compared to Doom Bar, well, I think it's a step up quite easily. It's very, very good mass-produced ale. But in general, it's also a very good mass-produced beer, because whether it's lager or ale or whatever, it's still beer. And at the end of the day, you're paying for flavour, you're paying for value. And I think if you're not getting the flavour, you're not getting the value, no matter how cheap it is. And yeah, look at it. A good pint, a good standard from this point of view. I mean, there will be ones worse than this. You might be lucky and find one better than this, but right now, between the ales, this is ahead. Between all of them, including the lagers, this is way ahead. So, how would I rate this? I would give Old Speckled Hen 2.7. It's above average. It's a nice, distinct English pale ale. It's well priced. They know what they're doing, and they're not trying to kind of shortchange you, so they're giving you a good beer for a good price. I mean, from that point of view, it is above average, I would say so. I mean, I would say Doom Bar was getting close to kind of average. With just some things letting it down, including the main thing was that the pint just went dead. It might be better than the bottles compared to the cans or whatever. I know it's better from draft because I have it in draft. It doesn't act that way. But this is out the can, same as Doom Bar, and it's acting like a far better pint. It's more interesting. As you can see, it's alive, there's lacing on the glass, you know, fair plated. So yes, this is a 2.7, quite easily. It's above average, and the reason why it's above average is because it's a good flavoured beer, but it's actually at a good price, and a good affordable price. And I do like caramel, I do like toffee, so this just goes in. It's not a heavy beer, and it's not overpowering flavour. It's not like some ones you get with the IPAs and they're just very bitterish and that. There is a good bitter flavour at the end of the kind of burnt caramel kind of variety, and I like that. Other people don't, but I do like that. And it's not one you can really drink super chilled. It's not really one that you probably want to kind of drink a lot of at a party or a barbecue or that. But it is a good robust flavour. What I don't think would probably go so well with is food, but I think a lot of ales don't go so great with food unless they're really strong flavoured food. Would I buy it again? Well, yeah, no problem at all. I would buy Speckled Hen, and I do buy Speckled Hen, it's a good one to have in reserve for people who fancy speckled, because nobody's ever going to argue. If you like ale, nobody's going to argue with Speckled Hen. It might not be their favourite, but they do appreciate that it's a decent quality. There's no kind of being shortchanged, like, oh, you offered me a Speckled Hen, cheap bastard, you know. You don't do that, but yeah, it's a good above average standard, and yeah, there's a big difference between that and what we've tried so far in this type of series, and yeah, we will be trying more. But yeah, it was a quick review because we're trying to make them as quick as possible. I hope you enjoy the kind of quicker or less long reviews. But yeah, so that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and cheers.